Hi everyone and welcome. It's Lauren here from Acting Classes in Perth, and this is episode number 79 of the Acting Classes in Perth Daily Show, the show where I'm here to answer all your acting related questions at 7 p.m. every single day here on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and also Twitter simultaneously. Plus, we are also on audio only version on iTunes as a podcast. You can search for us in the iTunes podcast directory. Simply search Acting Classes in Perth. Now, before we roll today's intro, I am inviting you to join me at one of my next free 3-hour acting classes for beginners. We have a whole lot of fun at these classes. They're designed for beginners with little or no acting experience, and they are for people of all ages. So adults, don't think you have missed the boat. Be sure to head on over to actingclassesinperth.com/free or follow the link in the description of this video to see when and where our next classes are being held. Now, they are a ton of fun and super relaxed, and you are going to have a whole lot of laughs. So be sure to join me soon, and I very much look forward to seeing you there. But right now, let's jump straight into today's episode. Let's roll the intro. Okay, so today's question comes into us from Claudette, but before we get to Claudette's question, if you are watching us right now, please give us a huge thumbs up so we know you're out there. Leave a comment or ask a question. If you don't know what to say, simply say hello. I try to get back to everyone as soon as I can. Now, while you do that, let's listen into today's question, which comes to us from Claudette.
I'm looking to brand myself. Instead of worrying about what people think of me, what are some strategies? Cheers.
Claudette, thank you so much for sending in your question. Now, what I'm going to start with, Claudette, is the following. I don't want you as a beginner actor to think too heavily early on about creating a brand yet. What I want you to do is focus most of your effort and attention on going out there to as many auditions as you can and securing as many roles as you can. And once you've done maybe 20 or 30 auditions, and from that you may have got somewhere in the vicinity of 8 to 15 roles, hopefully, then what I want you to start looking at is applying the 80-20 principle, right? So I want you to look at, okay, out of all the roles you got, what were the commonalities in them? How were they similar? Identify how they were different as well. That's important. And then what I want you to do is maybe look at how these similarities come together, right? And how they overlap. Because in that, I think as a beginner, you're going to start to see what your brand is and or your type and how the market perceives you and the kinds of roles that you're more inclined to be cast in. And then what I do is I'd focus a lot more of your time, effort, and energy going for those roles versus others. Now, you will get to a stage where you want to start to broaden your choices and the characters you play, and by all means, then you'll readdress it and look at things in the future. But right now, Claudette, what I want you to do is I want you just to go out there and go for as many auditions as you can and secure as many roles as you can. Now, I also think it's important to remind you that your job is not, and when I say job, I mean job in your life, right? Not job as an actor or a job as a career. I mean job in your life. It's not your job to impress everyone else out there, right? Whether that be the audience, whether that be filmmakers or casting directors or whatever. That's not your job. Your job is to be true to yourself, to know that what you are doing is what you want to do as you move forward, right? You are your number one. And the reason I have to say that is because you will quickly discover and learn that a lot of people may not like what you do or the style that you bring to acting or how you act. And that's not me talking to you, Claudette. That's me talking to everyone, right? And so actors sometimes get to this point where they realized, oh my gosh, some people don't like me. And that's okay. It is absolutely okay if someone doesn't like you. You have to remember you're not doing it for them, you're doing it for you, and that's the most important thing. If you are hungry for it, if you are passionate for it, if it's something that drives you, that motivates you, that you get up every morning and think, oh, I just need this, then that is what should be pushing you. That should be your direction and your goal moving forward, not to get the gratification from others. So I really want you to consider that, remember that when you start going for the next couple of auditions. And Claudette, remember, try to identify the roles you're getting and the roles you're not getting, and that'll really just help you start to identify what your brand is. I think early on it's important not to go, I want to be this brand, I want to be that. I think it's important to just realize, first of all, what you have and work with that. And you know what? You'll discover your brand as it becomes present and available to you. And the only way you're going to do that, Claudette, is stop thinking about what everyone thinks of you and go out there and do it because you know what you want it. And on top of that, you are absolutely worth it. Claudette, thank you so much for sending in this question. It's always a pleasure to work with you in class. You are so incredibly lovely, and I want you to keep going for it. Now, if you liked Claudette's question too, show your support by clicking the share button and help out your fellow actor. If you're watching us right now on Facebook or Twitter, be sure to like and follow our page. And if you are watching us on YouTube, simply click the subscribe button, then be sure to hit the notifications bell next to it. Finally, if you are listening to us on iTunes, simply click subscribe. Plus, don't forget right now, head on over to actingclassesinperth.com/free or follow the link in the description of this video and see when and where my next free 3-hour acting class for beginners is and when it is. I would love to see you there. We have so much fun. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great night ahead. I'm going to see you again tomorrow at 7 p.m. for another awesome question answered by me. But until then, stay safe and, like always, happy acting.